But anyway, we're here, and we've got fancy name tags that I worked very hard on over the weekend. It's about the only productive thing I did because I was super sick. The art displayed in, like the character art displayed, is not my creation. That was created by Thickest Bay, who y'all should follow on Twitch at Thickest Bay. Something like that. So the character art, she did, but I turned it into a fancy name tag, which all of the characters have one for them, but you can only see Edran's because he's the only character playing tonight.
Indeed.
However, this Wednesday is the first time you'll get to see all 6 of our players in action.
Woohoo.
Maybe not all
Exciting
at once.
times.
I don't know, but we'll see. We'll see what happens.
Well, we'll see. Maybe you'll kill off some of us first.
Maybe it just might happen. So when last we left off, at the end of episode 2, you all were lying down for a long rest. Percy had just been taken by the Shadar-Kai.
Mm-hmm.
And you all lay down for a long rest to recover before you made an assault on Kars.
And I went to sleep holding this like
You went to
weird
sleep
glowing
holding
rock.
a glowing stone. Pardon me, everyone. I am dealing with a cold, so if I have to suddenly mute myself for a second to do this, you'll all understand, I'm sure. Yeah, you went to sleep with a stone. And
We all know what that means.
we all know what that means. Well, actually, we don't all know what that means.
No,
You
no
and
one knows
I know what
means.
that means. But you and I know what that means, but they don't know what that means. But we're going to find out right now.
All right.
Tell me, what do you do before you go to bed other than sleep with a stone?
Well, considering I am planning on doing that, I know it's going to be a fitful night. So I stretch out, go behind a tree and relieve myself. And which in the high forest is always something I do with a little bit of trepidation.
All right.
And just try and like curl up by the fire in my sleeping roll and find as dry a patch of grass as I can, clearing out all the rocks first and kind of tamping down the dirt to make sure it's nice and even. It's going to be a bad night. Going to make it as nice as possible.
And then
I just, yeah. And then something like tickles the back of my neck and I smack it. Then it goes away.
Yeah. Yeah.
And anyone on the Discord will know exactly what that what that
means.
is.
That's correct. So you go to sleep, and I don't want to say you wake up because you don't wake up, but you come to.
I realize where I am.
Where you are is not where you thought you were. You're in a different place, almost like a fugue plane, with smoky mists everywhere. If anyone's ever played that old game, Legend of Zelda: Ocarina of Time, it's kind of like that spot in the water temple where Link fights the dark self. That's kind of where you are. This big, empty place.
So I'm going to look around for my shadow self, since that's always been kind of how this whole thing starts.
You turn around and you see your shadow self there.
Hey man, if the big guy's around, I kind of got to talk to him.
And your shadow self steps aside, revealing behind him the door that is just in, you know, there's no wall. It's just a door
No.
standing in the middle of nowhere. And he says, "Big guy's always around. It's just whether or not he's in a welcoming mood. But hey, he gave you that stone so that you could get a hold of him. So I'm sure that means he wants to hear from you."
Yeah. Well, I don't think he's gonna like what I have to say. So,
What do you mean?
well, you know how I made a promise to stay by Percy's side and try and make sure that everything goes smoothly with this whole extraction thing?
Sure. I mean, I stepped out of the room while you two had a chat. You know.
Yeah, aren't you a part of me? I thought you were more or less aware of what I was doing all the time.
I mean, I am. Yes. But that doesn't mean I know everything that goes on behind that door. It's a spooky place.
Yeah. Well, anyway, so yeah, Percy has been kidnapped, and I was manacled, and also, there's some other stuff. Anyway, I'm gonna go talk to him. You stay frosty.
I'll sure, I'll do that.
And I head over to the door.
You walk over to the door.
And before I go in, I turn back and say, you haven't been like that talkative the last few times I've been here, and like if you're a part of me, wouldn't you also be as like chatty as me?
Yeah, yes. That makes perfect sense. Of course, I would be as chatty as you. Yes, I like to chat about things and stuff. What did you want to chat about exactly? And you can make an insight check if you'd like.
Sure. One sec, my dice are behind me.
Of course they are.
I'm not rolling the bad ones. The bad ones have failed me too many times.
Are they on permanent probation?
Yeah, until they start rolling better, they're not gonna.
Hey.
Oh, there's a dog. Oops. So that's a 14 for insight. No, Tippy, the dice aren't cat toys.
There's another dog outside that's barking.
Oh. Tippy heard me rolling the dice and decided that they are cat toys and wants to play with them.
Oh. Give her the bad dice.
I will give her the bad dice and she can roll them and see what happens.
Okay, you roll an insight check. So, your shadow self, the other you, the you that has self-proclaimed been repressed by Lathander's attempt to mold you into his holy weapon.
Yeah.
The version of you that is has all their memories intact and is suppressed. That you seems uneasy talking to you about qualities like why he's not as chatty. It's almost like he wasn't, expecting to see you. I mean, this time and the last, I think, this time and the last time that you showed up, it was on your schedule because you had the stone.
No,
Not
the last time I didn't.
last time you didn't.
No, the last time I went to sleep specifically with the goal of talking to the Lathander, and then the Lathander didn't show up.
Right. So anyway, this time you did it with the stone, and he's, you know, that means you activated the connection and not him. But he seems a little caught off guard by your line of questions, and just seems a little uneasy about answering it.
Mm-hmm. So I give him a bit of a side eye and say, "Well, we'll talk later. I got important business with the devil."
Yeah. Take care of, take care of us both in there.
Yeah.
He's
yeah,
not,
both of us.
He's not to be trifled with, that one.
Yeah. Okay.
You walk through the door?
Yes, I do.
When you walk through the door, the environment transitions from that light, empty space to a dark whirlwind of black fog. And out of the whirlwind steps a large, horned, winged figure that you've met once or twice.
A few times now.
2 or 3 times. And he looks down at you with his fiery eyes. What brings you back, Edran? I thought we had a deal.
We do. 2 things. One, so I had a talk with Andriel.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and he says that you've been blocking our connection. And that's not cool, man. So, could you, not?
He said that I was blocking your connection.
Yeah.
Well, he's wrong. If that's what he said.
I mean, he seemed pretty sure of himself.
I assure you, I didn't block your connection to Andriel.
Well, you seem to know things. Do you know who did?
You're a fairly clever man, Edran. I'm sure if you think about it long enough, you could probably figure it out.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I know who it is. But he had managed to stop being a thorn in my side for a while, and I was really hoping that, like, I could take a break from all that. So
exactly. That's yes.
Yeah.
I'm sure that is exactly the correct interpretation you should be making from all of this.
Okay. Well, there's a couple of other things.
Insight check if you like.
Okay. I do. I would like. That's a 23.
It's a good roll.
It's a very good roll. It's the second best roll I could have had.
It's hard to read a devil. They make it their business to hide what they're really thinking. He didn't answer your question. in a straightforward way, the way he has with many of your other questions.
Yeah.
However, as soon as you turned your attention to, I'm going to go out on a limb and say, as soon as you turned your attention to, I'm assuming W.
Well,
so
yeah.
You thought, yeah.
Yeah.
As soon as you turn your attention to W, it's almost like he looks relieved. Like he said, his words were, I'm sure if you think about it long enough, you're a clever guy, you could figure it out. And you're like, oh, yeah, I think I know who it is. And then he was relieved
that I was pinning the blame on someone else.
Yeah.
Well, oh, hi, Tips. I'll wait till you move your kitty butt. No.
Are we not on the same page, Edran? We're looking to avert a disaster that will tear apart all of the realms.
Yes, but that was the other thing I wanted to talk about. Please stop. Move. Oh, not back.
The tension, so in your face, even Tips can feel it.
Yes, I understand we're talking about like the end of the universe and stuff, but did you know that there's another one of those things happening? The Modrons are marching right now, and I know
the
that
Modrons march every 300 years.
Yeah, and this is not that. Like, this might be as big a deal as what you're saying, and it's got like the Celestials all worried. Maybe now's not the time.
The Celestials get worried over the slightest infraction into their domains. They don't have to deal with the blood war on their doorstep every waking moment.
No, but like they do have to deal with the Modrons marching.
Yes,
and
they're unprepared for it because they spend the rest of those 299 years just sitting around being lazy.
But it's off schedule. Like, don't you understand that this is an issue, right?
Do you want to know what happened the last time the Modrons marched off schedule?
Sure. I don't actually know. This was before my time.
They came through the Nine Hells, as they do, every 300 years on schedule, and we were no more unaffected by it than we would be every time they try marching through the Nine Hells. The devils and demons are tearing each other apart every single day, and if a few Modrons get caught in the crossfire, what difference does it make?
Yes, but the other realms aren't prepared.
That's true. The other realms aren't prepared, and they're distracted. All the more reason to continue with our plan to unleash this weapon.
But unleashing the weapon now is going to have consequences.
Asmodeus to take action, because none of the other deities will be prepared to step up and do something about it.
But like, can we hit a pause button on this?
Things have already been set in motion. Percy is a walking time bomb.
And Percy
she's
is
going
the
to
other
walk
thing.
into Kars and set everything off. And all you need to do to uphold your end of the bargain and protect your friend is not kill her.
Okay, so I didn't do that, but I have lost track of her, and that might be an issue.
I don't think anyone but you can stop her.
I don't know how I'm gonna find her.
Do you need to?
I mean, this was part of the whole point, was save my friend, right?
Yes, that's fair. You want to save your friend. All I said was you shouldn't kill her, which is what Lathander wants you to do.
Look, can you I know you said that you are not the one responsible here.
For blocking Andriel? No,
Yes,
I was
But
not the one who did that.
but I also kind of get the feeling that you could get me in touch with him if you needed to.
Get you in touch with Andriel?
Well, yeah.
Why would I do that? Do you think they would pick up the phone if I even tried to call them?
I mean, yeah, I did.
You're immortal.
I mean, thus far, I've proven to have escaped death at least twice. So right now, I kind of am in the point where I wonder how mortal I am. As you said, things are in motion, and I'd like to be around to make sure that they are in motion in a way that is beneficial for everyone.
What do
So
you
if
want
you
from
can't
me?
point, can you point me in the direction?
Of?
Percy, you gave me this like fancy stone thing to contact you. Can you give me another one that like, points at where she is? You seem to have some sort of connection.
She's in Kars.
Yeah, I don't know where that is.
Your new blue friend does.
Yeah, but I don't want to have to rely on my other friends because they might get killed.
You want me to give you a compass to Percy?
Or the weapon inside her, the key, the whatever.
You're still on board with the plan to let her live, then?
I'm doing my best. It was not easy to convince Andriel to not kill her on the spot, gotta say. Have you ever tried to talk a Celestial out of something?
Huh. Huh.
I don't recommend it.
No. No. Neither do I. There's only one who was notoriously capable of convincing Celestials to do his bidding.
And? Who was
Well,
that?
He rules the 9 hells. He's doing a piss poor job, and I'm trying to unseat him.
If you get this weapon, can you just kill him and then, like, get rid of it?
This weapon is not one that can be controlled.
Well, this doesn't sound like a good thing. I mean, okay,
That's
we made an
why
agreement.
when it's unleashed, he will be
Yeah,
forced
yeah.
to put a
I
stop
know.
to it.
I just wish there was another way. Because this is dangerous. For
Everything
everyone
worth
involved.
doing is dangerous.
This may not work
I
out in your
reside
favor,
in a
you know.
frozen castle on the iciest layer of hell. My life is danger.
Well, you're immortal, so I guess that makes your life easier, huh?
This is true.
So if you can't give me a compass to Percy, at least do what you can to break this connection. It might be interfering with my connection to Lathander, and I don't need any more trouble on that side. Like, I'm gonna need all the help I can get to not die in this situation. Or if I
given
survive
you
anyway.
power.
I know, and the problem is I'm worried I'm gonna lose my other power. Yours will not be enough. So if you can keep things kind of
You're dancing a narrow line between good and evil. Perhaps
I know.
Perhaps that's why I like you so much.
Well, do what you can. I'd really like to talk to the big guy, if he's free and not fighting the Modrons.
You already spoke with your angel friend.
Yeah, not
Is
like
that not
this.
enough?
For like 30 seconds. It was not enough time. I'm hoping I can talk to him again, a bit more in depth. So, all I'm saying is, if I find myself back here before a deal is done, I'm not going to be particularly happy about it.
If you find yourself back here before what?
Our deal is done.
Before our deal is done, you're not going to be happy about it.
No.
Are you trying to threaten me?
What part of that was a threat?
I don't know.
I'm gonna be upset. And I'll be difficult to work with. That's about all I got. Isn't it better to have like these working relationships be easier? More genial? That's how I try to live my life.
I can point you in the direction of Percy.
That would be great.
Very well. Edran. I'll see to it that your link to Lathander is restored.
It's appreciated.
That doesn't mean, regardless of what he has to say to you, that the pact you made with me is off.
Oh, a deal's a deal.
Deal is a deal.
And I am not one to go back on my word, especially when it's more of like a contract. A promise is one thing, but a contract should never be broken.
Very good. Well, you know. If you do break it, I get your soul. And I guess there's worse things. Worse results to this whole shindig.
This soul's been through the ringer. You can have it. I joke. The deal will be done. It's fine. And then I make my way back to the door, and then I turn back and say, "Oh, but how will I find Percy? You didn't say that."
You will know where she is.
Okay,
when you
great.
Wake up.
Cool. Sounds good. Well, thanks for that. And I guess I'll see you in probably a couple of days when all this is hopefully wrapped up.
Until then.
And I make my way back out the door. And I walk up to my shadow self.
Who's
Put a hand up.
sitting there, twiddling his thumbs. He turns around. He's like, "Oh, you're back. Yeah. How'd that go? That go well? Get everything you wanted out of him?"
I slug him. Yeah, right in the jaw.
Okay, make an attack roll.
It's just a straight roll for something like that, right?
Attack roll?
Punch.
A punch? It's a melee attack roll.
I don't think I've ever
use your
punched.
strength modifier, proficiency bonus.
Yeah, I don't have that.
A proficiency
S-
bonus?
No, a strength modifier.
Oh, yeah, well.
I mean, it's still not bad. It's still a 17.
Oh, wow. You hit. You do, you do 1 point of, I would say, bludgeoning damage, but I'm gonna say psychic damage because
Okay.
you're in your mind.
Yeah.
You're in the astral plane.
At which point I say to him, "Look, man, I don't know who you are, but you're not acting like me the way you used to. And I don't trust you. And I don't think that you should be here. And you're making me uncomfortable."
Oh. Just had to go ruining a good thing, didn't you? And his eyes turn red. And he grows 2 little horns just out of his forehead.
Hmm.
And he doesn't look like you anymore. Though he's still wreathed in shadow.
Hmm.
You know what? It doesn't matter. You've already made a deal with the big guy. Just know that if you fuck this up, your soul's gonna taste mighty good. And he licks his lips. And then he vanishes in a puff of smoke. And you hear his laughter echoing through the astral plane. Suddenly you feel like at your core something that has been missing for a long time is now there again. Something you didn't necessarily notice was missing until it came back. And in the distance, through the foggy astral plane that you are inhabiting, you can see the space where you used to train with Andriel returning to visibility, though Andriel himself is not present.
Well, yeah, he's on another plane.
He's off doing some stuff.
Yeah.
But you feel like your connection's been restored.
I may have made some bad deals.
Maybe. I mean, if everything that the big guy through that door has told you is true, then maybe not. But at the very least, you might have been manipulated a little bit into walking through that door in the first place, which probably makes you feel uneasy.
Yeah.
I will say that devils aren't known for lying. They are just as lawful as angels. But they're lawful
just
evil,
lawful
not
evil.
lawful good.
Yeah.
The things that they say are true from a certain point of view. Usually theirs.
Yeah. Well, a deal's a deal, so I will uphold my end of the bargain. Now I just need to find a loophole.
Yeah. Devils are also known for, generally making the deal seem as appealing as possible to the person that's making it. In theory, you do want Percy to survive just as much as you did when you walked through that door, which is why his deal was so enticing.
Mm-hmm.
That hasn't changed even if you no longer necessarily trust the person you made the deal with. But there's still some unfinished business.
Yeah.
Though I will say that if you once thought that shadow you was a version of you that was repressed, maybe by Lathander, you're now not so certain that that's correct. If anything, you might be more certain that that was a lie.
Well, devils aren't known for lying.
Devils aren't known for lying, but you haven't ascertained that shadow you version that was a devil. You know the big guy through the door was a devil.
True, that could have been a demon. I don't understand a lot about this blood war.
You honestly don't know what that thing was.
Yeah. Well,
you could try asking your bard friend. He might know a thing or two about
doppelgangers
or stuff that messes with you in your dream state.
Yeah, I mean, that was the plan. I was a little hesitant about talking to most of the party.
Well, when you make a deal with the devil, you generally want to keep that to yourself. Now, things are getting out of hand.
Might be worth bringing them into the discussion.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I guess since I'm in the training ground, I'll go see if I can practice my flying for a bit before I wake up.
Sure. You go flying around the astral plane.
Mm-hmm. And it makes that sound.
And it makes that sound. And then you wake up. And you feel like you are instantly aware of both the distance and direction to Percy.
Okay.
So much so that you now have advantage on any survival check made to track her.
Cool. It's basically a hunter's mark.
Yeah.
Okay. Only I'm not trying to kill her. It's the opposite.
Yeah. You're trying to save her.
Yeah.
From something that is inside her that might kill her. It's complicated. But I guess we'll find out on Wednesday, probably.
Yeah. We'll see how things go then. Edran and Nanda are going to have a bit of a chat.
No.
And maybe Gunther also, but I don't think he knows that much about demons.
Probably not.
But he's a smart guy.
He is a smart guy. And he does have a horse in this race. He is invested in rescuing Percy. So here's hoping. But all we know for sure at this point is that Edran is in deep.
Yeah. That he is.
One last thing.
Okay.
When you were flying around the area where you trained with Andriel's not present.
Mm-hmm.
Did you want to try and reach Lathander himself? That's not something you've ever done before, but in theory, if you were going to do it, that would be the place to do it.
It would be, but I'm not going to do that right now.
Okay.
Because I'm going to try and clear up the mess that I've gotten myself into first, and then come to him for forgiveness.
Fair enough.
This is going to be a prodigal son situation.
Yep. I mean,
after all.
Yep.
I'm currently 3 levels of warlock.
Yeah, that's like half of your existence.
Yeah, it's not nothing.
That's not nothing. Though to be fair, you did skip a few levels to get there, or a few couple hundred experience to get there. But
Yeah, it's only one level though.
yeah,
And I hope you know where my XP was before that, in case it comes up, because
doesn't matter.
okay.
When a powerful being like an archdevil just snaps his fingers and gifts you experience, that's how much experience you now have.
Okay.
The worst that'll happen. The worst that'll happen. Well, no, that's a lie. The worst that'll happen is he claims your soul. But the
Yeah.
worst that'll happen is, in terms of your level, is you wouldn't lose the experience you've gained.
I just lose
You
the
might
levels.
revoke the levels, but not the experience.
Here's a question. Mechanically, as a DM,
Uh-huh.
how does me losing my soul to a devil affect the character?
Depends on the fine
Alignment
print.
changes to lawful lethal or something?
Depends on the fine print of the contract.
Okay.
Does he claim your soul upon your death, or does he claim your soul immediately? If he claims it immediately, regardless of when, as soon as he claims your soul, you would go to hell, basically, and you would then service him as a lowly imp. You would transform probably into an imp and service him. Most devil contracts occur upon death of the recipient. Not
So then I just have to become immortal, and that is fine.
yeah. Theory, yeah.
In theory.
But yeah, this might be, you might. I know Edran often feels like he's the main character of the story, but you might have bit off more than you can chew, and you might need the help of your friends to get out of this one.
Yeah. Yeah. Good thing he has some.
Good thing he has some. He spent the better part of the past several months making them. Hopefully, they won't be too cheesed about the deals he's been making without their involvement.
Yeah, but I mean, they're not the ones on the hook in case things go wrong.
That's true. That's true. I guess we'll find out. Wednesday is only 2 days away now,
It's only 2 days away.
and episode 3 is sure to be a crazy episode.
Mm-hmm. It's
Who
gonna
knows
be
what's
fun.
gonna happen. But yeah, that's all I've got for you right now. I guess. If you've
Okay.
do you have anything else you want to say or do before we call this
Uh,
Grey Wolf short concluded?
Yeah, what's Panita's character name? Can you give me a bit of an inside scoop early, since I got to do this session with you?
An inside scoop on Panita's character name?
Yeah.
You know what? No, I can't. Because I can tell. I will give you a little bit of a spoiler. I'll say not even Panita knows her character name.
Oh, interesting.
Technically, that is true from a certain point of view. But yeah, you will meet her on Wednesday,
Okay. Cool.
for better or worse. Hopefully she won't show up with a whole bunch of bad guys and try to kill you like Justin did.
Yeah, hopefully. The other question, should I continue this in the in-character chat if I want to talk to the other characters about this, or do we want to do that on a stream?
That should happen on the stream.
Okay.
Mostly because.
Important plot
Mostly
points?
because I've established that that everyone's asleep right now. So
Yeah, that's a good point.
So you can't really chat with them until they wake up, and they won't wake up until the stream because reasons.
Okay.
But
Sounds good.
all right.
right.
So I'm signing off. If anyone in the viewer would like to talk to Colin about this secret sleep stuff he's got going on with, he's like walking a narrow line between good and evil. He's got deals with angels and devils. It's crazy. He's the chosen of Lathander, and he's got a patron with an archdevil. If you know which archdevil, did you ever figure it out? Colin?
Yes, but I figured it out because of the feat that you gave me.
Right. So you figured it out
D&D Beyond.
because of
Yes.
D&D Beyond.
It's
Anyway,
labeled.
If anyone wants to talk to Colin about his pact with the Lord of No Mercy, you can do so in our private Discord channel. Our private Discord channel, which there's a link to somewhere. I don't have it handy, but if you go to episode 1 or 2, it's present. It's present there. You can follow me on Twitter at Joshua Barbeau. You can't follow Colin, but you can interact with him in the Discord channel.
I have abandoned social media for my own mental well-being,
which is good. You should definitely do that. Here, never and no limit. Generate link. Copy. There. Here. There's the Discord. So definitely come interact with us on Discord. Definitely follow this channel if you haven't yet. We are at something like 36 followers, and we need 50 to hit Twitch affiliate, which we're trying to reach. So so definitely follow us if you haven't yet, and more importantly, tell all your friends. Tell all your friends, and tune in on Wednesday when episode 3, Prisoners of Kars, happens. It's going to be a crazy session. All of this stuff that we've been foreshadowing
will all come to light.
Will come to light, for better or worse. The cat's name is Tippy, and it's Colin's cat.
Her full name is Tipperary, and she's wonderful.
I can attest. I'm allergic to cats, and I still like her, so that's saying something. But yeah, definitely interact with us in the chat. Don't forget to tune in on Wednesday. And if you liked this Grey Wolf short, let us know. We'll try and do more of them.
Take care.
Take care. That's all for, there we go.